Hello and welcome to HawkTalk, Ismahawk's Geek Culture Podcast, where we talk about geek stuff, nerdy stuff, and all sorts of awesome. My name is Danny Shepard, and joining me as always is my lovable band of goons. That's right, I said goons because apparently nobody likes ridiculous men. We're still going to keep saying it because it's a funny word. Ridiculous men. Yes, Starting with Tony Smith.
What it do, baby boo?
This ridiculous man is Jeremy Lee.
Signing kind of doty chody.
Noel Shefflin.
Yin, Yang, Young.
And the newest member of Ismahawk is our friend, our family, our brother, our neighbor, our cousin.
Are you going to keep going?
Our father's brother's nephew's best friend's former roommate, Fred Durst.
Wow, that was Fred
Durst.
Fred Durst.
Fred?
No.
Fred
No.
Sullivan.
Hey, your boy Sully.
Fresh Sully. F-Dog Sully.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
you
the
made me
team,
say
man.
One of us.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
One
of us.
One of you.
All right.
What?
All right. So, lot to chit chat about on this week's Hawk Talk. So we're gonna dive right into it. As the episode goes on, we're going to last 10 minutes. I think we're going to ask a few questions to introduce you to Fred. But really quick, Fred, give us a rundown. What do you do here at Ismahawk? And how do you feel about being part of the team? Give us a quick recap.
I pretty much do whatever you tell me to, is what it comes down to. I'm not even going to acknowledge the fact that you just did that. Pretty much whatever you guys want me to do. Still managing the social medias. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And as far as joining the team, I love it. I love it so far.
Laugh it.
You have to say that.
I do. I'm under contract. Actually, there's a knife in my back right now.
Okay. We are.
I was not ready for that. I wish we had some kind of cue. I got no cue.
What about S's and T's, huh? What about Sudda?
All of us are pretty sleep deprived.
I think he meant sleep deprived.
Yep, that's what I meant. So there you go. It's going to be one of those episodes, your favorite, the ones where you guys are like, "Oh no, it's always like that. It's always ridiculous." Nope, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those where it just goes a little bit farther,
Just a tad,
just a hair. So you used to host a podcast, or you had your own podcast, before moving out here. Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Jersey represent.
Yes, and the podcast I was doing before was Nerds Podcast or Nerds Online. Which was modest. I had less than 400 subscribers on YouTube. Nothing major.
Word.
So
There was 400 people that listened to your stuff. So I mean, still a lot of people, man.
it's people, and I appreciate them.
Hell yeah,
Dude, 400 people in this room? That's a lot of people.
True.
There's a lot of people. Hey,
I guess
if
you're
you guys are from Fred's original podcast and you came here to watch him on on this episode, hey, welcome. Please don't judge us for being idiots, because we are.
Don't worry, I was an idiot on that podcast too.
Good. Be an idiot on this one, too. You'll be on the show a lot. So, guys, Fred will probably be popping up very often. He is the 5th member of our team, the first official member we've had since the team
started.
Yeah.
No, you're like our Kevin, dude. You're like our Kevin from Kind of Funny. You're gonna have like your own little station, and you're gonna get to chime in.
Yeah.
Do I get to have that silly giggle every once in a while?
I love Kevin so much. Kevin, I know you're not watching this, but I love you.
Nah.
Everybody tweet at Kind of Funny Kevin.
That was
don't do that. God, don't do that. He's gonna be so mad at us. Do it. Yeah. Let's dive into the show, and then we'll get into some stuff later. So we may have jumped the gun last week.
Talking about Matt Reeves directing
Jump the
Batman.
James Gunn. Sorry.
Your boy Matt Reeves is like, deuces.
Just kidding, guys. JK, rolling.
So Matt Reeves, the person in talks for directing the new Batman film, taking over for Ben Affleck, has left
Yep.
negotiations.
Matt Reeves has left the building.
Left negotiations.
Yes, he has. That is
Traumatizing.
I don't know, man. This is starting to
Very concerning.
a bit.
Only slightly.
That was fast.
A bit.
That was fast.
A bit
was quick.
Concerning. Yes.
I mean, yeah, there's no way around that. We were at Long Beach Comic-Con this past weekend, and yeah.
We discussed it in length.
We discussed it in length, yes, and we also heard news, insider source, and we're not going to say who, obviously, but, and we're not going to say exactly what they said.
Either.
Because it's...
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
DC messed up when they announced their entire slate before they even had characters cast and shit. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Like, Marvel, not trying to compare.
Get your plan together first.
Yeah, exactly. Get your plan first and do one movie that makes sense, and then do another movie that makes sense within itself, and just take it one by one. Just take it one by one.
We must make an entire universe immediately without seeing what people will react to. Mm-hmm. Do it now, all of it.
I'm just gonna say, go ahead.
Before, really quick, like, guys, you guys have, anybody who's been with us for a while has known that we have backed them on every decision. We have been positive. We have got your back. We have been behind
optimistic.
you. Been optimistic. But this is the kind of stuff that's stacking up over and over again. And after hearing some insider stuff that we heard at Long Beach from two credible sources,
mind you, two sources separate from each other.
Yeah,
that said the exact same thing,
different ways.
Yeah,
said the same
different
thing in
ways.
different ways. It is heartbreaking. It is frustrating, and as huge DC fans, I mean, I just don't think we can be optimistic anymore. I think we need to be realistic about what's happening right now, in that I am very scared. Jeremy, you want to... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, all I'm going to leave you guys is a lot is riding on Wonder Woman and Justice League right now.
Yep.
And if those movies don't at least do moderately, things are going to change. Mm-hmm. I don't know how else to put that without saying anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we actually have been... I don't think there was much time where we weren't kind of... This wasn't coming up periodically. Yeah. Literally on the car ride to Long Beach, that's when this started.
Yep.
And it did not end. It still isn't over. Like, we heard...
Yeah, we were in the car. I was driving. We were driving Sam Garcia, who is now kind of like another team member of ours.
Yeah, he's like
part of our entourage.
Yeah, he's part of,
The entourage.
Yeah. And I was driving, and Danny just randomly, I don't remember what we were talking about.
It's because Noel texted the group chat, because we made a group chat.
I texted the group chat.
Oh, you texted the
you
group
jerk.
chat?
Yeah.
My bad, Fred. It was a long weekend, bro. None of us are slept. Shit. But
lies. What?
But so Fred sent us a text. You want to go ahead and say what that text was?
Basically, no, I just sent you guys the article, and I was like, well, I don't know what to say about this.
And that was the beginning.
Yeah.
And then when we got to the con, we started talking to some friends, and that's when the news kind of came out, without giving away, source names and whatnot. It was, I mean, like, I'm heartbroken, man.
Yeah, me too. I really.
But
that sucks, dude.
But
Phoenix from the ashes.
Exactly.
So we'll see where this goes, because if anything happens,
Cubs won the World Series, bro. Anything can happen.
You're not wrong.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
So
Still trying to say positive.
The curse.
Can we say anything about what we heard about Wonder Woman?
Doubtful.
I mean, it's already out there. Well, kinda.
I mean, some people have already been kind of talking about it a little bit online, and we
go
don't have
ahead.
to give away any sources. I mean, there is rumors for the grapevine that Wonder Woman is a little bit rough.
A little rough.
Yes.
From more than one source.
Yeah. We cut that out, so clearly I said something I wasn't supposed to.
Whoops.
I mean, the state of things is apparently very rushed.
The DCEU ship is in a hurricane right now, and it's in a perfect storm right now.
Yeah.
And it needs
It's in a perfect storm.
It needs to find its way out somehow.
All of its sails are ripped.
So, Fred, when we were talking at Long Beach, and you were telling us that you didn't grow up really a comic book fan. You sort of have become a fan over time of all this stuff. You weren't like obsessed with this kind of stuff like us when we were kids. So you have a very unique perspective. and that
Okay.
this sort of thing doesn't mean as much to you as it does to people like us. So I just kind of want to get your feeling on if this is like Ben Affleck, if he is planning on leaving, if he plans on leaving the role of Batman either before or after the actual Batman standalone.
It doesn't bode well. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's DC or not. I mean, that just does not look good in any regard.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fact that it is DC and everything is happening in such a confined space and how quickly it's happened since this first Superman movie.
It's
How
only been
everything
3 movies, man.
Yeah, and it's worrisome, and like I would love to see something come of this, for the better. We'll have to see what happens, though. I guess more. Who knows what?
Yeah. Did you really quick? Did you enjoy the 3 DC films that have been out so far? And if so, like
how'd you feel about them?
yeah, like rank them top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman was probably number 1. Actually told the complete stories in comparison to the theatrical version. I guess Man of Steel is second, and then Suicide Squad probably last. I mean, not that I didn't like Suicide Squad in like a terrible way. It was fun. It was something,
It was fun. I think
Seems
that's
like general
the general
Yeah.
consensus.
For
Yeah.
people who enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And you liked Man of Steel though?
Yeah, I mean, at first I had some quarrels with it, but obviously just kind of thinking about it, I kind of grew to like it more.
Cool.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the rumors surrounding Ben Affleck about not wanting to be Batman anymore.
Yes.
There's truth behind that, but it might not. The full story is not out there,
It's a little bit more personal.
and take it with a grain of salt. Like, don't. Okay.
Take everything you hear with a grain of salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, it's a lot more than just what you hear in the news and the headlines and stuff like that.
There's
So,
more going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. So
And sometimes it's not as black and white as you guys may think.
yeah,
I know we're being so coy right now, and if you're listening to this, you're like, you're not fucking telling us anything.
yeah.
And we apologize about that, and I think that maybe one day we can kind of talk about it more
Yeah.
if anything ends up happening.
I mean, if one day that we can talk about it, I imagine it'll be after they say anything
Yeah, the whole
about
world will
anything,
know.
because like that's not our story to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not our like secret to tell to the world.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
We're not trying to be that podcast that ends up on Collider of these guys are the guys who said this is there is the 2 sources that we got this from had no physical evidence. They are credible sources, but it's just words.
Yeah. Exactly.
They did not show us anything. There was no proof. It was literally just
The only
words and a lot of sighing.
Yeah, the only corroboration that
Lots
we
of
had, the only like I guess confirmation or like corroboration is the fact that all of the sources that we've heard everything from, like from anywhere, anytime we talk to these people, is that they don't really know each other. They tell us on separate occasions differently in different ways. So it's kind of a way of, I guess,
On top of reading it in the
Confirmation.
news.
yeah. So it's not. It's
They
like
validated it without having to.
And some of these sources
Yeah.
we've
Validated
heard
completely.
like news from them before it's even publicly announced. And then when it is announced, like when it hits the headlines and it's on the internet, we're like, okay, so they were right about it.
I heard that Batman v Superman. I heard a lot of information about Batman v Superman, which ended up being true
Yeah.
from this same source.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So, yeah,
You never told me that. That's crazy.
because I didn't want to ruin the movie for you guys. Like I heard that it was the theatrical cut was a mess, and that there would be an alternate cut.
I have something to say. I have yet to see the Ultimate Edition.
Really?
You're missing out, man. You actually like Batman v Superman.
No, yeah,
in theaters,
actually,
so
I broke that movie down, and I'm not a fan of it anymore.
Ultimate Edition, you will be.
watch the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, I watched it probably like 3 or 4 more times in the last, probably I want to say like 3 months, and I'm just like this last time I was like, I'm not really a fan of this film.
Yeah, you weren't blinded by.
Yeah, there's like a
love.
breakaway. There's like a breakaway point. It's like 2 different films. I'm just like, wait, what?
Dude,
You're like, wait.
I'd say
What happened here?
sheathe that thought for a second and then watch the Ultimate Edition and
Sheathe
then
that thought.
like a sword.
Sheath.
No.
Seriously though, watch the Ultimate Edition.
I will let everyone know.
Dude, the Ultimate Edition, Noel didn't like Batman v Superman the first time he saw it. Saw the Ultimate Edition and
No, he was vocal about how he felt giving that. Like, I was like, dude, yeah, and he's like, he was like, no.
I remember talking to your sister and I was just like, oh, I loved it. Did you like it? And she was like, Ben Affleck was good.
At least she wasn't trying to kill your hype.
Exactly.
Yeah, I appreciate that about you guys. It's like
No,
you,
all the
you,
Shevlins are pretty good about that, except your brother.
Yeah.
you guys let us.
And my dad.
Yeah, guys out there, don't kill someone else's hype if they like the movie.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
But
don't kill my vibe.
so, like, all right, enough being coy. Let's talk about this on a real level. What the hell will happen to the DCEU if Ben Affleck leaves as Batman? Are they going to kill him? Is someone else going to be Batman?
My guess would either be that they would kill the character off and kill the character of Bruce Wayne, not the character of Batman, because Batman lives forever, right? I'm just saying.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
And then they would have someone else take up the mantle. Or they would, like they have done with Spider-Man and Batman several times over and over and over again, and will continue to do over and over again until the end of time. They're just gonna keep rebooting it, dude. Like that's it's either that or
Not even a soft reboot, like a straight up hard reboot.
there really is only 3 options.
Yeah, man.
They reboot it, they recast, or they kill him off. And if you kill off Batman after 3 movies, only one of them being his, like,
Iceberg.
I mean,
ahead.
one could argue that Batman versus Superman was his too. I mean, you literally argued that point.
I argue that point, but it's also still like
I get what you're saying though. It's not a solo.
it's not a solo Batman movie. So you're gonna kill off Batman after really only one true blue Batman movie. I mean, Justice League's probably gonna be a Batman movie too, honestly.
True.
But oh my god, my soul is crushed on the inside. I'm like, I feel like I'm having an internal panic attack just thinking about
Titanic,
this.
man.
Like,
Just
You know what? I
sink.
hope the DCEU sinks so that we can get a shot at it and make it so much better.
right?
Because we will.
I really think they're just gonna go with the hard reboot.
You think they're gonna
because-
go with a hard reboot?
Yeah, because 3 movies in and it's not working. Just at least they're not 15 movies in
Yeah.
and they're still trying.
Right.
So if they're gonna reboot, now's the time to do it.
I mean,
But just don't keep trying if it's not good. Please, God.
if they rebooted it, what would they do? What movie would they start with?
I don't even
Batman.
know.
Batman? They would start with Batman after.
No.
That's what I would do.
No, I wouldn't do it. I would start off with
I would start with the Flash, dude.
I would start with the Flash, and then I would work in Young Justice, working that in the way that
I wonder. Okay, so going off of that, so if they do a reboot,
Who's
are they
to
gonna?
say they'll do Justice League characters?
Dead air.
Well, okay, hold that thought for a sec. If they do a hard reboot, are they gonna recast everyone?
They should.
That sucks,
They should.
man. Everyone just got the shit end of the deal. Like put in so
you got
much
paid.
work.
You got
That is-
paid.
Dude, that is literally not the problem with this universe. The casting is like
Almost perfect. It
The
really
casting
is.
is
It's
great.
As perfect as it possibly could be.
Yep.
overall, like, okay, qualms aside for certain casting choices.
What
Overall,
qualm? Like what do you mean? Like what do you mean?
Like
Like-
some people didn't like Jesse Eisenberg.
some people didn't like Jesse Eisenberg.
Some
Some
people
people
don't
still
like
don't.
Henry
hero.
Cavill.
He's not a Henry. No. Sorry.
Some
I
people don't
love
like
y'all.
Henry
I
Cavill.
love y'all peeps out there. But he looks like he has been taken out of the comic book and put in front of you.
The problem with Henry
That's
Cavill
crazy. That's
is
not him. It's the writing. It's not. Henry Cavill is an incredible actor. If you don't know
Some people
about,
don't like Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
dude, Fred,
haven't
get
seen
in
him.
this, man. I want to hear your opinion.
You guys are pretty much hitting all the points. You know, there's not much for me to say. I would like to see Jason Momoa actually get a shot at the character. Before.
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying,
would be
like,
nice.
you know?
That would be nice.
Out of all the people that I would be so depressed about it's Jason.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Jason
Press
just,
cans, so depressing.
Jason is just so incredible as that character. Have you seen like his Instagram videos of him working out?
Yeah, and like his,
Dude.
I just saw an Instagram video of him like practicing some like swashbuckling for Aquaman.
It's incredible.
That's just so cool.
Swashbuckling.
Ezra Miller is the Flash. I want to see that come
Dude,
to fruition.
Ezra
yeah.
Miller wants to be the Flash so
I
bad.
He
know.
is such a fan of the Flash, and he's put in so much work.
And that's the thing too. It's like,
That's just
Dude,
like, okay,
dude.
another corporation crushing people's dreams. Cool,
Seriously.
man.
Dude, and the problem is like they can't. At this point, they've showed all these characters. Like, I don't really understand. Hey, Jan.
hey Jan,
Hey, Jan.
It's
Jan.
It's Jan.
Everyone, Jan Flugum just entered the room, a.k.a.
Run in front of the camera real quick. Run,
Grab
go,
the food
go.
because you don't.
Awesome.
Well, there he goes.
Jan
I think
Flugum
he
is-
dropped a straw.
Jan Flugum is the guy who played Jared Leto's Joker in Joker vs. Joker. Thank you guys for all the support on that. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Because this is super soul crushing for me, so let's keep it going.
Let's make my
push
day
it through.
horrible. Thank you.
Like, I'm not lying when I
just
say every
really-
time I talk about this, I feel a sinking feeling in my stomach.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeez,
it
man.
legitimately hurts me knowing that there are kids who might grow up
my daughter,
Not-
Yeah.
not
daughter.
loving these characters the way that we did, and it legitimately makes me sad.
It does. Because think about all the people out there, you guys watching this show right
Yeah.
now. Like, you grew up with these characters, loving them because of, how you relate to them.
TV, movies,
no matter what
cartoons.
kind of medium or how you relate to these characters, they mean something to you. And now kids growing up today, their only experience is the reception of the DCEU.
Yep.
That cinematic universe, and
There's
for
not
them,
even
it's like,
cartoons.
oh, Batman. I
Yeah.
hate Batman. That movie was terrible.
Which is
what
weird.
are you talking about?
That
He's been
movie was
around
scary.
for so long.
Yeah, that movie was scary.
That movie was scary.
That's an interesting one. That's the one where it's like, please, oh my God, please. If you're not gonna do it right, don't do it. Don't even do it, please.
Well, that's the thing. They're trying their best. They're trying to
Are
do
they,
it right.
though? Are they?
They are. They are trying their best. They're trying their best. It just seems
A
like
bunch of people don't know what they're doing.
yeah. It's just
but they're still trying.
they're trying to make money and they're not trying to make a good movie. And they're succeeding at making money. And
And that's why the golden age
These
of film
movies
is
are
gone.
definitely making money. It's just not good.
It's just so interesting. You look at like films when filmmakers cared.
yeah.
And it's like it wasn't like you talk to people that actually remember going to see, like, talking to my great uncle went to go see Rebel Without a Cause, and there was a line wrapped around
Oh, man.
of the theater, and he's like, it was an event. When I went to go, he's like, when I went to go see E.T., there were so many people. They were sitting on the steps. They just kept selling tickets because it was an event. It wasn't something that you just sit down and just ate mass amounts
was
of
an
candy and
experience.
popcorn, and like it was something that, and it wasn't even just about the money. Like, yes, we're making money from this. Obviously, like E.T. didn't make money, but like it wasn't
They're
just
trying to
about
send a
that.
message.
It was about
Telling a story.
telling a story
Make you feel.
and evolving the human race towards a greater goal in mind.
They wanted to tell a story that made money. Well, they wanted to make money by telling an amazing story. Now it seems like studios are trying to make money by milking the teat of popular character popularity, which is why we're getting a live action Power Rangers movie and a fifth Transformers movie and a fifth Pirates of the Caribbean movie when back in the day movies didn't go past 3.
No, it was a trilogy. You didn't go past a trilogy.
Very true.
You're just overdoing it.
Now the MCU is a
No.
Triceratops.
quintilogy.
Triceratops. Yes.
Triceratops.
It's a dinosaur.
What? Dodecahedron.
A decahedron? That's what it is?
Dodecahedron.
Oh, cool. Hail Hydra.
Hell Hydra.
Yeah, but what do you guys think? Like, if they did did actually reboot the DCEU, what could they possibly?
They should hire us.
What I would
shouldn't
want
hire us.
what I would want them to do is to do the sidekick characters. I like
Exactly.
They should do Titans or
I'm just saying,
Young
man.
Justice
This is what I'm
Instead of they said they had plans for like the young characters, so like just like stop these characters, stop messing these characters up,
just reevaluate it. Reevaluate it.
Stop that.
and then just like start fresh.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I totally like what they've done with shows. Look at their cash cow right now. Shows, obviously animated, of course. Their animation, those animated movies are still going to make them money. They're coming out with Young Justice season 3.
Young
DC
Justice is the most popular DC property since Batman the Animated Series or The Dark Knight.
DC
honestly.
Comics is selling better than Marvel Comics right now. Yet DC movies is
because
not.
of Rebirth,
Yeah.
and Rebirth has done so well. Okay, so
Rebirth is great so
that-
far.
yeah.
so
Everything
you
I've
have
read is great.
writers.
Okay.
You have writers, right? Use them.
So how
Use
do
them.
you structure a
what?
whole cinematic universe off of the Young Justice characters, off of the Titans, if you don't have the main heroes?
You still have the
because
main
their
heroes.
origin stories are tied in with the main heroes.
I agree with Jeremy.
Yeah. you're not
you will
wrong
still
there.
no. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying you intertwine them. So I didn't get to finish what I was saying. You start Young Justice right around the same time as you come up with maybe one or two of the solo films. We'll say Flash, Batman. While that's happening, in between Flash and Batman, or right after Batman is released, you hype this up the entire time with a Netflix series or a series that you can jump from and keep bide your time with Young Justice characters, and they can also be used in the cinematic universe. So you can jump from one show and the other. That's going to be really effing hard, but and maybe don't even use Netflix. But this gives.
I don't think they can use Netflix. I think
They would
Netflix
have to
is
use
exclusive
something
with Disney.
Of course, they would have to use something else. But TNT, something, right? Like, or Fox, whatever, Hulu, who cares? The point is that what you do is, and you take that money that works with DC shows, and you make it a little bit darker for Nightwing. You make it a little bit darker for the Robins. You make it a little bit darker for Young Justice. Whatever you do with it, but you make it all encompassing, universal within this world.
So you have the solo movies be like the heroes, like
big-
Flash,
those are-
and Batman, and then you have like a series to connect them.
The way we
Man,
do
that's a great idea.
So there's a way
That's cool.
exactly.
Let's do it.
So that's the way we use Ismahawk as our medium for entertainment.
For instance, to just kind of for my own visualization purposes, you're saying they make a Batman movie and then
Introduce Robin
they
in that
introduce
movie.
Robin in that movie, and then they do let's say Hulu, for example, because Netflix is Disney. We have no idea what the fucking rights are between all these. So let's just say, for example, we do a Batman movie, introduces Robin, and then Robin gets his own Hulu
Titan
series,
yeah.
which includes the other heroes, which then almost kind of splinters off and goes
with
into
Flash
the other
2,
heroes.
With Flash 2, then you see the Reverse Flash, you see Wally, and Wally already kind of got introduced into Young Justice with Robin. But you obviously, I think you need to start off with Robin. You have to. Of course, he gets introed in Batman, the second
the original
film.
sidekick.
He's the original sidekick. Then all of this kind of just splinters out, right? And there's like this crazy reverberation throughout this whole arc and universe that we're making, and then tiny little characters are added and added and added and added as we go. By the time we know it, we have a Guardians of the Galaxy type of group. We have an Iron Man. We have a Black Panther. We have, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And then you have an Infinity War. You have the
And
Avengers.
so it'll still be structured where the movie still makes sense if you don't watch the series. Though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, like
I mean-
the Netflix shows, the Punisher is introduced in Daredevil, and then he got a spinoff.
Yep.
Same thing with Jessica Jones and
Yeah.
Luke
and
Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that would make sense.
That'd be cool.
It's
be really
been done
difficult.
before. It's not out of like it's not like it's impossible. So that's where my question is are you honestly blindly with pride not seeing what works?
Yeah,
But
'cause-
it's not just what works, it's what people love. And it's what tells really good stories
just
just,
needs-
to be different.
There just needs to be a Game of Thrones like series on HBO with just the DC universe.
That would be sick. That
would
would
be
be
dope.
sick. They have the
Wow.
money to do it too.
That
That
would be sick.
would be dope.
Right.
So,
So
do you guys
good.
think the problem is lack of direction or
Lack of direction
over
for
involvement of the
sure.
studio?
I think lack
Because-
of leadership.
Because the studio is trying to handle what Kevin Feige was trying to do with the MCU.
Yep.
Like that's one person, not too many cooks in the kitchen. A person who understands both aspects of artistry and industry.
Yes.
And you don't have that with the DCEU. I mean, they were trying to bank on Zack Snyder trying to handle it, but he's a director. He's not like a whole. Yes, he does
Architect.
produce, and yes, his wife does produce and produces all of his movies. But like they produce one-offs. They don't do a whole cinematic universe. Granted, to Marvel's credit, that was the first time, or this is the first time anything like this in movie history.
It was a
has been
perfect
done.
storm. It really was. It was like, and it was so funny. Like,
It's a lot of uncharted territory.
of course,
For sure.
Yeah, you listen to Kevin Feige. He's like, we had a plan that was in place if this movie worked, right? Like, or if it didn't work, or if this movie did, or if it didn't.
Had a lot
And
of contingency.
Exactly. There was always a contingency plan in place, and everything just worked.
Warner Brothers, be more like Batman. Have a contingency.
Contingency plan.
Do you think it's also? I feel like the person who needs to helm the DC universe is someone who needs to be a fan and fundamentally understands the characters, but also fundamentally understands what people
Jeff
like.
Johns?
Jeff Johns. I mean, but
I-
even then,
yeah.
it's like, is Jeff Johns too close?
Is he
I don't
not?
know. We haven't seen yet because
don't
he hasn't
know.
been given a chance yet.
He really hasn't. He hasn't been given a chance, and honestly, like Wonder
And
Woman,
he's
and
coming in to do damage control. He's not there to set it up in the first place.
Yeah.
If you set up a good foundation, you're set. You're good to go.
Agreed.
Like 50% of good directing is good casting.
Yep.
50% of good cinematography is good location.
Yep.
So 50% of good cinematic universe is a good producer.
agreed. I
Laying
think
facts down.
it seems like all these movies were in development before Jeff Johns was even on board, and now Jeff Johns is like trying his
Scrambling.
best to
Yeah.
make everything work. And
Probably hitting his head against a wall right now. Let's be honest.
I feel bad.
He's
If
probably already
that's the
knocked down
case,
several walls.
if that's the case, I feel bad for him. Like, that must be so nerve-wracking, dude. Like, and it sucks too because
Kidding
this
me?
is
Everything at Warner Brothers is so stressful right now. So stressful.
can you imagine being in Ben Affleck's position?
no.
Nope.
Like
No.
the guy it literally was riding a high, the highest point of his entire career off of Argo and The Town, and now he gets the opportunity of a fucking lifetime to play
Gone Girl,
Batman.
too?
And
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl was incredible.
Gone Baby Gone too, and he has the high of his life to play Batman, the superhero. You know, the most identifiable superhero on the planet, probably next to right beside Spider-Man.
I would say I would
feel
go.
bad for
I
his
would go
kids.
as to say he is the most important character probably in American writing in general.
I mean,
American
if
pop
not-
culture?
Yeah, just culture in
for
general.
sure. I mean, they made a Lego movie just about him. So,
About Ben Affleck?
Yep.
but seriously, like he went from this is like supposed to be the high of his career, and he was finally out of the shadows of Geely and Daredevil and all these shitty movies, and he's finally like dug himself out of that hole and stood on top of a mountaintop, and now he's just been getting knocked down, and he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
He's doing the best he can. Actually,
Yep.
I praise him for his performance as Batman. He
Oh,
did
yeah.
the best he could. He did great. He looks great. He acts great.
My favorite Batman.
And
I
again,
agree.
you guys don't know the full story behind the scenes. So
That's
yeah.
the thing. Yeah, it's like what's going on? To me, what it looks like,
The
it
dude
looks
is
like
trying.
it looks like a lack of leadership on the part of Warner Bros, including a lack of an idea of leadership. Like everybody, there's too many people doing things in regards to making decisions, and two, the one guy that we know that I think everybody knows will work, except these small group of people that are saying no, it won't work, is Jeff Johns, and he doesn't have enough power. He doesn't have enough.
I think he has enough power. I think that he's
just
in a
too
position
little
where
too late right now.
Yeah, things have already been put in motion before he got on board. So like, he's probably trying to do as much damage control as he can to fix things that are messy. But I mean, the thing is like all this stuff is speculative. We don't know
Yeah.
the answers to these questions. All we know is
That way, this is
all
gonna
we know is what we know.
This is gonna all I know is I can bank on is this is gonna suck if they reboot this and like just scrap everything.
I honestly, I prefer it. I prefer it if they reboot, if they have to scrap everything and reboot it, and they have to hire new actors and make this universe from the ground up, I feel like it gives us an opportunity to start fresh, clean the slate, and then create a new universe that is more in touch with the fans and stuff like that. And if that's the case, then awesome. As a huge DC fan my whole life, that's what I want, man. I want people to like DC. I want to not have to defend myself for being a DC fan. I want to not have to defend myself for trying to like these movies because I love these characters.
For loving characters that are actually good characters that are just being misrepresented.
You know what's funny? I started noticing this recently, where the biggest criticism for all of these, like, I guess mistakes, if you want to call it that, are the people who aren't even in the industry or even related to it at all, and they don't. And on the other side of it, the people who are publicly like kind of defending these people, these decisions, these studios, and talking optimistically are the people who are actually working in these areas or like know these sources or are actually in these companies. Mm-hmm. So these people have a better picture of what, the critics are saying. Like, if you're just gonna bash people, like, get the full story.
Right, exactly.
Don't bash people, by the way. Yeah. Don't do that. I don't know, man.
Wait, you don't bash people? That was a joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a joke, guys. No, don't do that.
Bad, Tony.
It was a joke. No. It was a bad joke. Yeah, man, it's
kind of lighten the mood. We haven't laughed in a while.
It failed. It failed miserably. I am really interested to see. Okay, well, here's the question now, guys. Do you think they can fix this
in this universe?
Yes.
If Wonder Woman and Justice League are good, then
yes. Or Gucci.
Yeah.
Or Gucci Mane LaFleur.
And yeah, it's
Gucci
only 3
Mane
movies.
Gucci Mane LaFleur.
I mean, Marvel has 3 bad movies. People don't really... people don't consider them to be bad.
Hey, man.
Well, they just stand in the shadow of just really great movies, too. So it's like... That's Jeremy, it makes so much sense what you said earlier. Like, when you have a good foundation...
Yeah.
It's a completely different story.
You know how many times I restarted making the Nightwing mask? 5.
It's kind of a lot.
Only a little bit.
It's kind of a high number.
If it wasn't working, I'll just scrap it and start over.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what is... Okay. Oh, man, that's just a terrible idea. Not in the sense of... It's not good in the sense of... It's good, but, like, terrible... In the sense of, man,
if it's just sucking,
that would suck.
That just sucks.
That would suck. That would just suck so bad.
No, I feel like that might be a necessary evil. It's just gonna suck, but rip the Band-Aid off.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah,
just do it.
Yeah. I really just hope that we don't lose The Rock.
Seriously,
I don't think we will.
I don't think we will either. I think we haven't seen anything yet, so it's like still cool.
And that's a question too. Like, if we get a reboot, are they going to reboot everything? Like, they're just going to scrap all the actors, all the scripts, all the ideas.
I think they're going to scrap
That's
all
what
the
a hard reboot means.
Yeah, but I think they would scrap all the actors that we've seen on camera. Like, they won't scrap
characters.
Dude, we've seen Momoa and Ezra Miller.
I know, but
Man,
we haven't
that
seen.
sucks.
But we haven't seen Darkseid.
Yeah,
we haven't seen.
God.
We haven't
really
seen
haven't
The Rock.
seen
We
The Rock.
haven't seen.
Thank God, The Rock is safe. The Rock is safe, everyone.
Yes.
The Rock might be safe.
Watch.
Knock on wood.
Next week's HawkTalk, we talk about how they dropped him.
They dropped the Rock.
Don't jinx it, guys. All right, we'll just put him in our videos.
Yeah, we'll just put him in our videos.
Yeah. There you go. He'll come over.
Screw it. We'll do it live.
Yeah, dude.
My gosh.
Yeah, this is kind of a heartbreaking topic, really. There's just so many things that need to be said and so many things that don't need to be said that it's just
so many things we have to kind of tiptoe over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
It's like walking on broken glass.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
Yeah, we know stuff.
We know stuff that we can't talk about. Oh my God.
We know stuff that you guys want to hear and don't want to hear.
Yep.
At the same time.
At the same time.
What a way
and I hope to God that those sources are wrong.
Yeah, seriously, man.
I hope so too, but their track record is solid.
Is there any chance? Is there any chance that people could be jumping the gun?
Yes.
One would assume, yeah.
Yes, because How do I say this?
Yes, that's all you have to say.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
just
Yes.
just leave it at that.
Thank
Don't-
you. Yes. Yes,
Just
I
say-
think
just
that
say yes.
people could be jumping the gun.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, Long Beach was hella fun, guys.
Long Beach was the wackiest experience
It was
at a con I've ever had.
Dude,
same
so
here.
do you guys notice that every time all 4 of us go to a con, the universe just like shits on us in a good way? It's a good, nice, hot, steamy shit though.
What?
I mean,
okay.
Steamy. That was
Hey.
the worst part about that description.
so the
is
universe
steamy.
just shits on us, but it's good compost. Flowers grow from it. So.
All right, enough talking about poop.
I fucking hate this analogy.
Poop master.
It was
I
a
am
fun
professional pooper.
It was a fun weekend, but man, some shit went down. I really need Jeremy to tell the story that you told us on the balcony.
What story?
The shady people story.
Oh my god!
I need to hear that.
No. You guys tell it from your perspective.
So this wasn't even at Long Beach. This was at New York Comic Con, which I was still recovering from surgery and wasn't even there. Sadly, Fred wasn't there either.
Oh my
so
God.
this is just these 3. And I'd never heard this story until Long Beach when we were just
Fred
like,
heard the story like the morning after.
I don't recall it.
You don't recall? The first thing we told you when
Definitely
you
not.
walked into our Airbnb was like, what happened last night?
dude,
I
tell
have
the story.
terrible memory.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
Yeah.
You
Me-
started off, Noel. Yeah. you
So
started off.
me, Tony, and Jeremy were at where we were staying. We were hanging out on a fire escape.
This is
and-
for New York Comic Con.
New York Comic Con.
So
this
imagine
was-
New York fire escape balcony, just patio area.
This is late though. We were
Still-
tired. We were
I think
Yeah.
that
we
was
were
the
delirious.
That was the day. That was the day too that we all landed, right?
I don't know if it was we landed, but
No,
we were
it
just
was.
a lot
I
of
think
walking.
it was. I know it was because we were there for what?
It was
4
Wings
days?
Day. It was Wings Day when Nate brought us to Wings. So whenever that was.
Well, that's the thing too. We started off at 8 in the morning and didn't get home till
That's what I'm saying.
midnight. Yeah.
A lot of walking,
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, so we were all tired, Go ahead.
And we were just chilling on the balcony, watching across the street, which was some kind of establishment. I don't know if it was
a public
It was
building.
like some kind of public
was
or
a-
federal building,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was.
And so
Wait, to give you guys context, so
1 in the morning.
it was 1 in the morning, right? And I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I gotta let you know that Beyonce had the best video in the entire world. Whatever.
Okay.
This building was super wide, and it actually I knew it was a public building, like some kind of civil public building, because it had like an office building attached to it, maybe like district attorney office or something, and then next to it there was an actual fire station.
Yeah.
So there was like a good, I want to
And
say
there's like,
like
a little park, like a mini parking lot, kind of conjoining the two.
It wasn't even a parking lot.
Yeah.
It was like a
drive
courtyard.
It was like
Yeah.
it was a courtyard driveway kind of thing
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
on.
it was not a parking lot. That's actually very important to the story.
Key
Yes.
plot point.
So keep going.
Cars should not have been there on this area. It's like
Yeah.
a sidewalk.
And then
rock.
what do you know? A car shows up. He pulls up to this courtyard that you shouldn't really park on, reversed into it, and then I'm pretty sure someone got out of the car
Yeah.
and went into the building, right?
Yeah.
And this building just
And
It was
and
all dark.
Yeah.
all dark. Tony
Lights were off.
Yeah, me, Jeremy, and Tony were not saying a single word because
Yeah, we were
did-
just talking. We were just hanging out, telling a story.
no.
and
We
then
stopped
suddenly-
talking because we were looking at this dude because it
Exactly.
was so out of
like
place.
I was saying that we were in the middle of talking,
Yeah.
and then all of us just went quiet.
Yep.
We're
And
just
then-
watching. We didn't even say anything. Didn't even acknowledge it. We just started watching.
And then another car pulls up, like a big car, like a van or like a truck kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then
dude.
someone else comes out of that.
Well, he
and
blinks
the
his
car
lights.
stays on.
Yeah.
Is the fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, he blinked his lights at the car.
Yeah.
And then blinked his lights at like the building, and I was like,
Something's going on.
I was like,
It's still 1 a.m. No one around. All quiet.
and it's New York, guys. So they're like, there's obviously stuff going around, but like if you've ever been to New York, if you live in New York, the
Everyone's minding
buildings,
their business.
Yeah, everybody's minding your business, but the buildings are very close together.
Yeah.
So there was only one street between us, this thing happening,
It was a 2-lane
whatever
street.
it was, yeah, and this building. So
Yeah.
we have just a bird's eye view of everything.
Yeah. If
What
I
floor
jumped
of the building
if I
were you on?
jumped
Third floor.
Third
You're
floor.
on
And if I
third
jumped
floor.
off of this fire escape and like in theory I could land that jump, I would be halfway to what I'm looking at right now. Like that's how close we are.
Like if he was Spider-Man, he could land by hopping and just like right in the middle of the street and just
It's a stone's throw.
they would see us.
All right, so it's close. We get it.
It was very close. So basically, after the blinking of the lights, honestly, guys, I kind of lost track because of how much more my neurosis was heightened.
Yeah.
I became very uneasy after the lights blinked.
It got a little
stressing.
stressful.
And I didn't notice
Like,
that
no
no
one
one was
was breathing.
talking or like breathing heavy or even fucking moving.
Yeah.
We were just I
It's
didn't
like,
notice we were
stay
all
still,
sitting
do not
there
make
staring.
a sound. And then these guys were just the guy who was in the building cracked open the door, peeked out, and then walked out to the guy. They started talking. They
Said
got in the
something.
car
Yeah.
together.
And then went in the building and then started then one of the cars was like a Chevy Malibu, like we'll say I think it was like an 09 or 08, like one of those like bigger like town looking cars. So he popped the trunk. We couldn't see what was in the trunk. It
Yeah,
was
because
dark.
the trunk was facing away.
He pops he pops the trunk and there's like they're talking about whatever the hell is in this trunk.
Some Pulp Fiction shit.
I was like, what is happening? And then like they talk, and then it was like black bags, and then they just go inside this building. I was like, and that's when I was like, oh god. And then I was like,
there's something's happening right in front of us. Should we call
that's when
someone?
I realized.
And then-
that's when I was like, nobody. Like in my head, I wanted to say nobody fucking move.
Yeah, because I do not want them to hear us.
They will
Yes.
see us move. They know what fucking floor we're on, and they're gonna fucking find us and kill us. Because do
Yeah.
not.
We all had this thought. At least I did.
Yeah.
and I just like looked back and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like I just remember doing that, and Noel's just like, I don't know.
I don't know. And then they went back in the building, right?
They went back in the
And then-
building.
So it's all empty. They went back in the building. No one's on the street.
And
The
then
second they went in,
the
go
second
ahead.
it does, all of a sudden, me and Tony. So it's Tony's to my right, I'm in the middle, and then Jeremy's to the left.
Yeah.
Sitting, and I would say,
We're all facing
yeah,
out.
we're all facing out. And then all of a sudden, Jeremy's like,
to my left and just projectile right out.
and like, we're on a fire escape, you guys, so
Yeah,
it goes
so-
right through it.
Yeah, exactly. Steel railing, no floor, third floor, sidewalk on the bottom, straight through to the ground.
Dude, I don't think you told me this. You didn't tell me you vomited.
Oh, I
then all-
definitely did. And mind you, we had hella wings before this.
You just threw up.
All Tony could say was like, what the fuck?
Like I was just going on for a straight 2-3 minute streak. It just kept coming.
It was almost like Tony couldn't believe what was happening. He was just like,
What the fuck? I was like almost like sad. I was like, what the fuck's going on right now, dude? I was like, we need to go. I want to go home, dude. Fuck
I just
this.
want to go home. And then after like a good 3 minutes of just throwing up, I'm like still hunched over and I'm catching my breath. And all I could say, I couldn't see anything, tears everywhere, and I couldn't breathe. And I could just tell that Noel and Tony were just dying laughing and just like quiet. And then all I could say, like my eyes were still closed, tears in my eyes. And I was just like, that was intense.
Oh Jesus!
it was Tony was just so confused.
Yeah.
It's almost. I think Tony for a second thought that Jeremy was kidding because like who just reacts that way by throwing up?
It's like, what are you, Steve-O? What the fuck's going on right now? Like,
Yeah,
what?
and then I had to crawl. I sat there for another 10-15 minutes, and then I crawled back into the room.
Yep.
Which, by the way, the entrance of the patio is through the bedroom window.
Yeah.
By the way, it's literally a fire escape. So I crawled
it's not
through
a
the
patio.
It's
It's
a
a
fire.
fire
Yeah,
escape.
it's straight up fire escape. So
We
crawled
don't
back in
have those
through
here.
Yeah,
the
no, but
window,
they're not a
and then I
patio.
landed on the floor and just stayed on the floor for like a couple hours, and I finally got back into bed.
Oh, that was
and
great.
knocked out.
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
It was.
Why am I always the only one in the group to throw up?
I don't know.
You guys don't know these stories.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy always throws up.
Yeah,
Dude, every time.
no matter what we're doing for the past however fucking many years, I'm always the guy to throw up.
I don't understand, dude.
And
Wonderful.
and it's not even like
Bring
we're
it upon
drinking.
yourself.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I get it. You know, we go out drinking, we're partying, whatever, for someone's birthday. Okay, I had it a little
We're
too much.
adults.
and
We're legally above the limit to drink.
yeah, and you know, we're being responsible for most of the night, and then
For most of the night.
for most of
Quote,
the
unquote,
night, and then I
most
have
of
a
the
little too much, and then I just throw up. But then
You
you
know-
know what? Okay, I get it, man. I get it. Okay, but there are so many other times where I just throw up, and it's not even drinking related.
It's just like, you know what I say, guys? This is
Podcast took a turn on this episode, man.
the saying that I
5
have for
minutes ago
Jeremy is Jeremy
dark.
is in a race that no one else is in.
Hey, I get to the party. It's like, hey, I'm trying to catch up, man.
Wait,
We're all
we
just
got
looking
here
at
at the same time. Are you trying to catch up to?
we're just like,
all
dude.
that drunk guy in the corner.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just trying to catch up, man. To what?
To who?
To who? Who's beating you right now? You're
the
winning.
idea.
You win all the
won.
prizes.
I don't know,
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Absurd.
Yeah, it
Don't
was-
jinx it. I'm gonna throw up right here.
Yeah, so we told
don't do
Danny.
that.
No,
we told Danny
don't do
this
that.
story
It's a
on the
dynamic
balcony, like fire escape. No, it's balcony.
It was
That
a
was-
real
that's a
balcony.
That was a
balcony.
real balcony.
That's a
yeah.
balcony.
On the balcony in Long Beach, and I don't think I've ever seen Danny laugh this
I
hard.
was
this
crying.
consistently.
I was like, why have I not heard this
Oh,
story?
yeah, dude. I
That
think
was
we-
like that was like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I feel like
Not even.
we all kind of
Yeah.
made a decision not to tell anybody because we didn't know if, like, me and Noah were like, dude, we shouldn't tell anybody that unless Jeremy's cool with it. I just don't want him to feel embarrassed.
I just assume everyone just tells everything. So.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I never heard this story until just now,
Oh,
or
okay.
until that night.
Cool,
on
man.
It was,
Long
dude.
Beach.
It was a really intense
And now
situation.
we
I
said
live-
it on the internet.
Yeah, I live my life as if everything I do is not a secret.
Yeah.
So
Well, honestly, like we that was really intense. It's funny now, but that was a really intense situation.
Yeah.
that
Dude,
was
it was
intense.
really
Like,
intense.
that was like one of
That
the
was
very
intense.
few situations I was ever in where I'm like, I'm not sure how this is gonna end,
Yeah.
guys. Like, I don't know what the end of this is gonna be like.
Yeah.
This could be
Also,
this,
we didn't hear anything from the guys across the street. We
yeah.
just
When they
went back
went inside, and that's what I was waiting
Good
for.
thing that they were not outside when that happened.
Yeah, dude, that's what it was so funny to me and Noel. Was like, dude, right?
Like, the
dude,
timing was perfect.
He just right when they went inside, he was just like, all right, it's good.
Coast is clear.
Ready to
All
go.
right, we're safe.
Dude, this is what it sounded like. Like, Noel made it really funny, but this is literally what I heard. I was like, I was like, what? Oh, and I like cranked my head around. I was like, what the hell was that? And I remember looking over and I was just like, what the fuck? What? Oh yeah, it was.
I didn't know how to handle it.
It was
So
intense.
vomiting
guys.
was your
Yeah.
go-to.
Well,
Yeah.
all right. Let's pivot to Long Beach a little bit, which this was also in the words of our friends over at Kind of Funny, a fire truck on fire, or no, a garbage truck on fire.
yeah.
So
Fire truck on fire is
A fire
worse.
truck on fire.
fire truck on fire.
That's just
Which is-
that
That's not a
an
joke
oxymoron?
anymore. That's actually an issue.
Yeah, which is a moment in the Dark Night, which
True.
was a cool moment.
True facts.
Yeah.
So we drove in this.
We drove through a storm that was the worst storm in California in 6 years, apparently.
Yeah, so that was dope.
No,
Literally,
it wasn't. It
we-
was not dope.
Dude,
it was not.
It took
that
us
bad.
7 hours.
Dude, Angela, my girlfriend, was sitting next to me, like freaking out. Like she has, like, tends to have a little anxiety, and understandably so. I was looking through the windshield, and I couldn't really see the cars in front of us.
Yeah.
It was just rain, and I was like. And the windshield was fogged up like crazy, and I was just like, wow, we are not used to this weather.
I mean,
It's funny because in our car, we were just all chill.
Yeah, we were
I was
just
asleep.
Yeah. Fred knocked out. Me and Noel had the windows down.
Yeah,
In
like,
our car, tensions were running high.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just the style of the vehicle we're in, but like it was very hard to see.
It
was
wasn't.
very
I mean, it was hard for us to see,
Yeah, it was
too.
hard to see, but
I don't know about you guys. It was not a smooth ride for us. It felt like we felt every bump in the road.
It was very, very, and I drove. It was the most intense driving I think I've ever done in my entire life.
Well,
Man,
the cars we were driving around were driving very recklessly, as if it's very clear that it does not rain a lot in California based off the way that people drive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They are
Yeah.
not prepared for
Same
this.
with Vegas,
They do not
honestly.
understand that the
the roads get slippery.
Yeah, they don't understand that you need to slow down when you can't be changing lanes all willy-nilly without using your signal when it's raining.
willy-nilly.
Oh, willy-nilly.
Oh, willy-nilly, because it's dangerous. And so, yeah, that was the start of this weekend, driving in this storm.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was.
I just want to say one thing beforehand. Like, the fact that is such an intense moment for you in terms of weather is just unbelievable to me.
Dude, it doesn't
being
rain a lot on this side of the country, man.
Dude, try driving through snow and
No.
in a snowstorm.
No.
I don't even know what
I
that
don't wanna
could
do
be
that.
like. I have no
See, I
barometer
can handle
for that
rain.
experience.
I don't want to
That
handle snow.
is-
I'm not gonna try that.
Like,
Just a heads
that
up.
is horrible because that, like, you literally are not on road sometimes. You're literally just on snow.
You're on fresh powd.
Yeah, like
On that fresh
when it's
powd.
rain, that's why I fell asleep. I was like, it's rain. Like, okay. I mean, there's no place for the water to go here,
Yeah.
apparently, but
The
you know.
problem is it's not just the rain that is the problem.
It's the people that didn't know how to handle the rain around
Exactly.
us.
I wasn't
People
afraid
on
that
the East Coast know how to handle rain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that's fine.
afraid of Tony driving our car. I was afraid of the guy who was switching lanes, like literally speeding past us and
and then
switching
hitting
lanes.
his brakes.
Yeah, and then
Like,
Jamming on the brakes.
Yeah,
when
jam
you're
right
on
in
the
front
brakes.
of us.
dude. Yeah, like the hardest part for me was when someone like the whole like passing me would occur because we were in like a Honda Fit. Like it's not a small like a terribly small vehicle, but it's not a terribly large vehicle either.
Yeah.
it's very like
hatchback sedan.
hatchback hybrid sedan thing. So when someone would pass me because of how bad the rain was, there was just these shower splashes and
Yeah.
I literally would not be able to see 10 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, thanks, dude. Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
it was, and that was just the start of the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We got to tell us about the sushi restaurant
oh my
encounter
god.
we had, man. We were at
Give
a
us the
sushi restaurant, guys. We were at an establishment.
Give us
We
the
were at an
least,
establishment.
the
Establishment.
least hostile version of this story possible.
Yeah, let's just be super objective about this.
So we were in a party of 7. Came into the sushi restaurant, sat down.
Exhausted from the trip, by the way. All of us were drained.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a very long trip.
So
Yeah.
we walk in, and there's this other group next to us, also a very large group. And
It's one of those birthdays. We come in, they're screaming "Happy Birthday!" The loudest I've ever heard someone
yes,
scream.
and they are all hella drunk.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
they lit.
They lit and very loud and obnoxious. We sat down. It's like, okay, fine. They're just being loud. It's their birthday, whatever, you know. Ordered our food, and we're just waiting for our food. And I have like whenever we go to conventions, I
Hold on
always
really
bring-
quick. Sorry, just to cut you out really quick. Right when we sit down, this is the first thing we hear out of these clowns.
Just to preface, don't talk like this.
Yeah, don't ever speak about another human being like this. You
Yeah.
sound like a horrible person. So, as our hostess is taking us to our table, this guy yells, "I'm gonna fuck that chick tonight,"
Yeah.
and
He proceeds to point at her as she's walking away.
Pointing at
The
her.
hostess.
Like, full extension.
like,
Not
there is no. You're not. This is not subtle at all.
Yeah.
You are literally like just like right in their face, just
Yep.
like
He was
What an
Adam
ass.
Sandler as the water boy.
unbelievable. I was like,
Yeah.
honestly, these people were being so loud and obnoxious. I was like, I have never experienced this in my life. I thought this was like movie grade ridiculousness because they were like, like,
Exactly.
All of them.
screaming.
Like, you know,
like 12 of
Like
them.
you know when you're with your squad, you got like 6, 7 people deep, but you have like the one drunk person, maybe the 2 drunk people because it's their birthday or something like that, and they're the ones you kind of have to babysit. But everyone else is like, "I'm sorry, guys. Like my friend, he's kind of fucked up." This is a table of
of
those two.
guys.
Of that
table
guy.
of
It
those.
was an entire group of them.
The
Yes.
girls were like that too.
Yes.
The girls
Yeah.
at the table were just as obnoxious and hostile. Like
Damn.
Yeah, they were not much better.
tempers very short on everyone at the table. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wonder where they were from.
So we go and sit down. I wonder if they were a team actually, like if they were like
Some
an
kind of,
an
like-
athletic team.
Athletic team.
No.
I don't care. They were all douchebags.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wonder.
No,
Actually,
definitely
I
not.
highly doubt it.
So Jeremy, continue your portion of the story.
Oh, my portion. So whenever we go to conventions, like I'm usually, getting footage, like BTS footage for our recap videos or like for the vlogs or whatever. So I had my camera, I was just taking some pictures, and then while we were waiting for our food, one of the drunk guys came over. Like I could hear him from my right. There was like, hey, they were talking to their friends, and it was like, that guy's got a really nice camera. You think he could take a picture of us? And, go ahead and ask him. So drunk guy came up to me and was like, hey, that's a nice camera there. And it's like, yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. And it was like, do you mind taking a picture of all of us? And you can
He did not say it that nicely, but
No, he was very.
I'm paraphrasing.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but he was.
You guys go ahead.
He's just like, can you take a picture of me and my friends? It's his birthday.
No, he was much louder than that.
He was louder than that, but like I'm just trying to get like the general
Yeah.
attitude. And,
Yeah.
and Jeremy was just like, you know what? No, thanks, man. I'm with my friends. Blah, blah. And like some of us
Jeremy
have our
had food in front of him,
Yeah,
right?
some of us. No,
Yeah.
Jeremy. I don't know if Jeremy did, but I know some of us had food in front
Yeah.
of
I
us.
was eating.
Yes.
I
Like,
was
we
eating
were-
my food.
Yeah.
Me
I
and
was.
Danny were like obviously fucking eating our food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And this guy and Jeremy was just like trying to politely say like, no thanks, man. I'm just trying to enjoy my friends and blah 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 blah. And then he's like, for real, man, it's my friend's birthday. Come on, dude. And he's like, really, no thanks, man. I'm sorry. And then
Especially after how obnoxious these guys were being, like
It's like, what do you?
he was
it's like,
he,
what do
he
you-
was literally telling Jeremy what he will do for him. He was like, "Yeah, man, yeah, come on, you take the picture, and then we'll give you our email, and then
Yeah.
email us the picture, all right?" And telling Jeremy what he's going to do. It
Yes.
just
And Jeremy's
What
like,
are you
no
doing,
thanks,
man?
man. He's just
Get
like, no
outta here,
thanks, man. And then he goes and sits down, sits next to his girlfriend, and he's like, I think I should kick that guy's ass, dude. And I was
he said no, man. He said no, dude. He said no, dude. We should fucking go over there and kick his ass. We should kick all their asses. And that's when me and Tony just kind of went like,
You didn't think this is where your day would end up.
yeah,
would it?
it's just like this is not what I wanted to deal with right now.
When
after
you woke
that
up this
whole
morning,
drive.
Yeah, all of us were just like, why? Why is this happening right now? Like,
Just
Oh,
trying to
man.
enjoy my sushi.
we just want to eat our food and hang out and go back to our Airbnb and chill because we have a panel in the morning. We're not trying to beat up some drunk dudes.
So from your end, what else? What happened from then?
I don't remember. I was angry.
He was
Yeah.
seething with anger.
Yep. Jeremy was seething. So eventually I'm pretty sure they pay for their food. I hope so. They eventually leave. Our waiter comes by and is like, I'm sorry for those dudes. They're loud. And we were like, yeah, they were
Apparently.
definitely.
no,
were-
actually,
they had
I
been-
incited him. I asked him about those.
Oh,
people.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And
You
I was
asked
like, yo,
him.
who are those people? Like, why?
Had
oh,
they
dude,
been
they
here
came
before?
back in and started trying to start a fight with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
apparently they
Yeah.
had already been fighting with people outside of the restaurant
Yeah,
before they came in.
They tried to mess with a business across the street. They tried to mess with one of those employees. That's
Yep.
what I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they were messing with someone else outside of on the street between these two restaurants. Came into the sushi place and apparently was like trying to fight the other employees in the sushi restaurant too.
Actually assaulted one
I
of
was
them.
gonna
Yes,
say, the guy
actually
actually
did.
said he assaulted
Yeah,
one of the
and
coworkers.
when I went down to the bathroom to just wash my hands, I walked into the room and the stall door. There's a huge hole through it. Fist size.
no. So,
Two.
yeah, there were two. So
Two.
he punched and didn't quite make it through the door all the way. So he insisted to make sure that he got his fist all the way through and then punched again.
Yeah, one of those holes was on a hinge.
Yeah,
so
like-
he definitely fucked his hand up.
Yeah, like
Stupid idiots.
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
Stupid idiots. Get away
Oh,
from
boy.
me, idiots.
And,
Just-
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was one thing that happened that weekend.
Yeah.
It was funny though because
The
like I
one
was
thing.
talking about it. I was like, this is just like when you go down to the bar in New Jersey. Like sometimes this just happens.
When you go down to the Jersey Shore.
No.
Hey, yo. Okay.
No.
It was a strange like emotional ride this weekend because it was like these drunk assholes, this flat tire, but then like
Oh yeah, no, you haven't said the flat tire yet.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, like really quick, I'll just gloss over the panel. Went to our panel. It was amazing. Shout out to every single person
Yes.
who came.
Yes.
Yes.
Luis, you're awesome, dude. Just giving you
Luis
a shout
is
out.
always awesome.
Dan, thanks
Hell
for
yeah.
coming out. Armored Idiot, I know that's your Instagram name. You're awesome too, dude. All the awesome people who came out, you guys rule.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting us.
There was a lot of
yeah.
cool peeps that we saw.
We had
this
some
weekend.
technical difficulties in the beginning, and
My
our
bad.
freaking. That's not your fault. It was basically the technical difficulties, and the sound wasn't playing on Joker versus Joker. We were trying to play that during the panel. Wasn't
Yeah.
working. Took like 10 minutes to get up, but
We got through it.
we got through it. That happened. So then add that on, and
We forgot stuff to give away.
oh my god,
Oh,
we forgot
we got
all the
all the
swag we
stuff.
were gonna give away. We had a
Yeah.
bag full of swag, And on our way to try to beat the rain, which we didn't,
which
we didn't even end up beating,
Rain could have beat us.
we forgot the big bag of stuff we were going to give away. And I felt so crappy because that was on me. That was my fault for sure.
Oh man.
So then the flat tire.
Yep, we got a flat tire.
So this is the next night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next night.
There's not really much of that story. We just got a flat tire. It sucked ass.
Yeah, I mean the way the parking lot was laid out. So it was the parking lot outside of like all these restaurants and mall areas, and you go in one way, you go out the other. You know, it's not the entrance and exit on one side where you know what I mean.
How a normal place would be.
Yeah. So you go in one side, and it's a toll. You pay for parking. You know, you press the button, you get the ticket, and when you go through the entrance. No reversing. You know, the spikes on the ground. So on the way out, we accidentally turned into where the entrance was.
Yep,
and then right on top of the spikes. And it clicked, and I was like, wait, stop. Don't move. I walked out, checked the tires. It was sitting right on the spikes, and it's pressing down. I was like, okay, and it hasn't gone all the way through. The spikes aren't back up. So if you back up now, then, okay, it'll be fine. It'll just roll back. Start rolling back, and
But it was just one of them, thankfully.
Yeah, it's just one of the
I
wheels.
really thought it was two for a minute there.
Yeah, I thought it was both, which would have been bad, but I have a
bad.
spare tire. I haven't. It's a compact SUV, so it has all the gear in the back. But so as it rolls back, the air just started flying out of the tire, and then we were like, you know what? Cool, whatever. We had 3 very capable people
Yeah,
changing
we
tire.
all
Yeah.
jumped to do it immediately.
Yeah,
especially
me-
Tony.
Yeah, me, Tony, and Fred, like we all just changed it in less than 5 minutes, and it was like,
Yeah,
okay,
I was
cool.
pissed. I bought new freaking cargos, and I got my cargos dirty.
I was telling you, just let me take care of it.
I just got the car in December. Whatever.
I just got my cargos that day.
You did. That was right. It was
Hours
that-
ago.
Hours ago.
before that.
Literally.
Hours ago.
Like 2 hours, actually.
But I'm just saying though, like
Yeah.
us 3, we could probably be like a pit crew for
just
like
saying, man.
NASCAR. Or
Zip,
something,
zip,
you know?
You guys were pretty
Quick.
fast, dude.
Yeah, it was
you
pretty
guys,
fast.
I mean,
they swapped
I drive
the
a
tire
lot.
in like 3 minutes, dude. It was fast.
I mean, I've done it a lot. I've had a lot of flats. I drive a lot.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Well, it just goes
What
to show
a-
you like what happens on our sets. We're like, oh shit, something happened. Well, let's do it.
All right, let's fix it.
Gloves off. Let's fix it.
Get to it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Anything
Dude,
else
and this
happen?
isn't even like the first time we've had a flat on a trip, too. Like, so. Oh my god. Anyway,
It happened.
yeah, it happened. It was bound to happen. I feel like it was meant to happen.
Yep,
like
bad
every
juju.
car we go to, I should always have a spare tire.
That was it for that night.
That was
Fred,
it for that night.
And then the final night
Fred-
when we were leaving.
tell the story literally right when we're about to leave Long Beach.
Mr.
Yeah,
Freeman.
Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Freeman. Well,
Mr. Freeman.
this is right after we get some delicious sushi.
Yeah,
more
another
sushi.
sushi stop.
Oh,
We clearly
We
should
love
not be
sushi,
getting
guys.
We
Yeah.
clearly should not get sushi in Long Beach.
Clearly.
shocker. But we had it with our awesome friends over at Robot Underdog.
Mm-hmm.
And
Your
some other
boy
people
Rita
as
and
well.
Donnie. Woo woo.
Hell yeah.
Subscribe to Robot Underdog 2. They're amazing, and they make the Dragon Ball Z fan film. I saw, oh my god, really quick. Me and Noel and Fred saw a sneak peek of
Oh.
episode 2, the fight
Flex
scene.
everything.
Oh
I
my, did you
literally
guys
am
see
right
it?
now.
no.
No.
Guys, oh my god. This
Oh,
is
boy.
one of the most visually impressive fight scenes I have ever seen in media.
Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
Shit.
It was
is-
it was incredible. Like as a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, like I thanked them after watching it. Like seriously.
They were like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. Like you guys,
No,
you guys
it's
really
actually
like
the
it.
biggest of deals.
You guys really like it." And we were just like, "We like it." I'm trying to figure out how the fuck you did it. Like I was like, "Your visual effects are seamless this time around. Holy crap!"
It was unbelievable. And they're like, "Oh, but we still got to do like these minor tweaks here and there." I was like,
No, you don't.
"It looks fantastic as it is."
I cannot imagine it looking better than it does. It looks
Yeah.
un.
I'm really pissed I
Real.
didn't get to see it, man.
Yeah, I'm
Man, I want to
sorry.
see it.
You're
It's
dank.
so good.
So continue.
Anyway, so we're leaving, and we're all just kind of saying our goodbyes
Loitering.
outside, and then we just have this this random homeless man by the name of Joshua Freeman.
You want to know why we know that name?
Oh, because he literally was doing this exact impression. I'm Joshua Freeman.
I'm Joshua Freeman.
I'm
Joshua Freeman.
I'm Joshua Freeman.
I'm Joshua Freeman.
I'm Joshua.
He literally did it like I'd have to say 20 times before all of a sudden before we were like, "What is going on?" And then
And then
another
this-
homeless
this
guy.
other homeless
Like,
guy.
oh, man,
why are you
why
telling
doing
that?
No, he
Why
wasn't
you-
homeless. He wasn't homeless.
Oh, that guy was totally homeless.
He was not homeless. He
No?
came out of a bar. I watched him walk in to stop by his car and go into that bar named Clancy's right across the street.
Okay, so
wow.
so he came up to this gentleman.
So
He's
he's
like,
just a
"Why were
drunk
you
guy."
doing that over Bubble?" I guess
He's talking about the bar. He probably got kicked out of that bar.
Yeah, so he's talking to this. So we were just like, "Okay, this is our time to leave." So we
we're
just
like
start
taking
leaving.
advantage
We
of the
like-
opportunity.
So I'm standing. So you guys are standing over there. I'm standing more over here. Joshua Freeman is standing over here, and then he literally came out of nowhere. I didn't see him coming. I was like,
oh man,
hey,
this cart.
how's it going? And then
was
his
it?
friend came up and right up in his face, why are you telling me that, man? Why are you doing that? And he's like, what? Because that's who I am. That's who I am. I'm Joshua Freeman. And as they're talking, I peek over their shoulder, and I see everyone just started walking
like
away.
slowly backing.
Yeah, and I
up,
see
like,
Sam
right-
going like this. Let's go.
on,
Let's just
man.
back up, start slow. And I was like, okay. And I just start walking away.
But did you guys hear the one, I guess his friend or whatever it was actually saying hey guys, why are you leaving?
Yeah.
Like,
Why
this
are you
guy's trying
leaving?
to tell you something. I was
Yeah,
like,
he was talking to
I
you,
told
and
him I
now you
don't
guys
care.
are leaving?
That's what I said to him. He's like, "Why are you leaving?" I don't know, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tony was like, "I don't know what the fuck
He's
you're
like-
talking about." dude."
I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're
we're just
talking
walking
about,
away.
bro."
Dude, man, we're very confused. Dude.
And then as we're walking away, you just hear them in the distance, still talking to each other, arguing.
To contrast, the craziness of this weekend, we had a really good response to Joker versus Joker.
hell
and
yeah.
Yeah.
I am still floored. I don't fucking understand.
You're sitting on a chair right now. I don't know
But the chair is on the floor. I am floored.
Actually, this isn't a floor.
Shut.
Dude, I sent my mom the Entertainment Weekly article because Entertainment freaking Weekly covered us.
What?
And my mom and dad freaked out. It's just because Entertainment Weekly is traditional media.
Yeah.
Yes.
They cover real movies
Right.
and stuff like that. Not usually YouTube videos and fan films. So the fact that they covered us and called our video a short film and actually called it that, not just like a fan fight or a fan video or something
Yeah.
like that, was
That was-
really, I think, a testament of quality to this video that
The growth in
everybody-
writing and narrative quality.
Everybody
Sure,
just
man.
did such an amazing job on this video that
Yep.
it
Good
really,
job, guys.
And thank every single one of you for watching it and sharing it and telling
Yes.
all your
You
people about it.
Sweet humans.
You guys are the best.
Sweet human
humans.
beings that grow into potato trees.
Please, guys, at the end of the day, the number one thing that we can ask, please, please, please share the video. Show it to your friends, send it to your family, repost it on all your
Show it
social
to your pets.
platforms. Please share the video. We worked incredibly hard on it. Noel and Jan really did everything they could to bring those characters to life, and it was an amazing experience for, I think, all of us. And the behind the scenes is coming soon.
Yep.
We just wanted to thank you guys for supporting that.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
I want to do a couple quick questions for.
Hell yeah. Let's get them
for Fred.
questions.
Uh-oh.
Questions.
Oh, guys, if you guys are interested in following Jan on Twitter, it is at Jan Flugum. That's JanFlugum as in Mary.
He's
Hell
the
yeah.
dopest of dope boy freshness.
He's
the
dope as dope.
youngest.
Dopey.
All right.
What? Whoops.
He's going to change that.
You will change that.
All right.
got a
So, TD Fireproof on Reddit asks, "What is your stance on puns? Do you like them? Do you like them often, or just a dab here and there?"
I know
Just a
Tony loves
dad.
them.
Oh, I love puns, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know the pun is an actual, I think it's an acronym. It's like a shortened version of the
I
actual
don't know.
word.
It depends.
Hey, this question is for Fred.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, we could all chime in.
My bad.
Of course.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Talk to Noel, dude.
Fred didn't say anything. I just I want Fred to answer the
Yeah,
question.
okay. Well, yeah, I like puns. Excess amounts of puns could get annoying in succession. But, every once in a while,
We'll see what
it's good
breaks
fun.
you.
You guys haven't broke me yet.
Hales Bells 69, yeah,
My boy Jason.
asks, "Hey Fred, how do you have such better hair than Sean?"
Man, shots
Referring-
fired.
Referring to our good friend.
My best friend Sean Pitts over at IGN. I guess it depends as to what way you look at which hair you prefer.
It
I
depends.
guess.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
The second
so-
question in that is also, who is the best gamer of the Ismahawk group, and why is it you?
Apparently, he's saying it's me, but I think Noel is the one that
You think I am?
I don't know. We
No,
haven't seen
I
it.
thought it was
depends.
Noel until I saw
It
Jeremy play
depends.
I
Overwatch.
always knew it was Jeremy. I never thought it was me.
depends.
Yeah, but I consistently wreck Jeremy at fighting games, so I guess I
mean,
do
With a
that.
fucking 200%
Whoa, hey,
handicap.
everybody back up, okay? I don't think any of you can beat me at a... No, I think me and Fred are probably the gamers that can actually go head-to-head in, like, Madden. Although I will
sports
say
games,
Madden
yeah.
17 has a hardcore handicap on the defensive backs, which is ridiculous.
I'm not going to
Anyways,
dispute that.
I will destroy you guys at a competitive game of Uncharted.
What?
No.
There's multiplayer
Who's
for
gonna
Uncharted.
beat the game first?
I will beat you guys at Mass Effect 2.
Who's going to beat
Well,
the
you
game
can't do that.
first?
I will
I mean-
beat you guys at any single player game.
well,
So-
you're a slow player, so you can't beat me in the speed run.
So
You're
we're,
right.
we're actually,
Yeah, I'm probably one of the worst gamers in the group.
well, I think once we have this game night, we'll be able to kind of figure out.
Oh, we're doing
Who's
game
who?
night, like, on consoles? I thought we
Hey,
were doing,
man.
I mean, we
board
could do
games.
whatever, man.
You can
I'm
do
not.
either- you can do
but,
either
like,
or.
We could do whatever.
Choose
your
weapon.
Behold the Sack says, "Hey Fred, this is awesome news. Just want to say that I'm super excited for you as a guy who recently discovered K-Nerds Online."
Oh yes. I remember him now. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming over.
Ismahawk fan art says, asks, "Hey Fred, glad to see you made it, bro. My question is, what made you want to join the Ismahawk crew, other than the guys being the dankest human beings on the planet? P.S. Thanks for chatting with me on Twitter messages. It was a way for me to get to know you better, and I'm glad I did because you're an amazingly cool dude.
Aw.
Well, you are
Sincerely,
too.
Ismahawk fan art." Kyle Rogers.
Yeah.
Dude, Kyle, I had no idea you were the one who ran Ismahawk fan art. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
hella
lie.
Kyle,
I
man.
actually did not know.
He's an
Kyle
awesome
Rogers,
dude.
you're the man.
Kyle Rogers
Yeah.
is
Sure,
shit.
he's an awesome dude.
Your boy Kyle.
The reason why I wanted to work with these guys is because they're well, we all seem to be kind of similar in some regard. In, like we get along. It was pretty much right off the bat.
I hate you.
Okay.
I do too. Anyway,
Okay.
and then just obviously being able to work with an incredibly talented crew like this and what I've seen them do as a fan before actually joining is something I never thought I'd be able to do. First off, so I'm incredibly thankful for that. As I've told you guys many a times, even though Jeremy will never take a compliment,
Ever.
jerk.
Ever. He doesn't like
No,
him.
He hates him. So shower him with it.
No.
Send Jeremy
Yes.
at Jeremy Lee with 3
Do
Ys.
not
Lots
do
of comments.
that.
Tweet Jeremy and let him know how good he is at cinematography.
Everybody,
Stop
do
it.
Everybody,
No.
Yes.
You silence
Stop.
yourself, fool. Everybody, please, please go through our videos and find your favorite shot from any of our videos and send it to Jeremy and
Yuki
hashtag.
boy.
Oh my god.
Hashtag Jeremy Master Cinematographer.
No.
No, that's way too
Do
long.
not.
Master cinematography.
Do not do that.
How about
not do
hashtag,
that.
Master Lee.
Jeremy is the best.
hashtag
No.
cool shot?
Okay,
Hashtag-
I'll take cool
Hashtag
shot.
cool
Dat
shot.
Young.
Hashtag cool shot.
No,
hashtag that young. Hashtag that
that
young.
young. That makes sense.
D
So-
A T U N G.
How did we land on that?
Wait, are we going that young or dat young?
Let's change it up. Let's go Dat.
Dat.
Let's do
young.
that because that young is
Dat,
Jeremy's
dat,
gamer
that,
tag.
that.
So all right, guys.
Oh yeah, that is
Dat,
my
dat,
gamer
dat.
tag now.
All right. So
THATYUNG.
yes.
That young.
So
Is that really your gamer
everybody
tag?
go through our videos,
Yeah.
find your favorite shot, and then
PSN.
send it to Jeremy. Hashtag that young.
Hell yeah.
And make sure you tag at Ismahawk in
Yeah.
it so Fred can retweet
That would be
it.
cool.
Hell yeah.
That would be cool.
So he can retweet you. Okay, awesome. Flowing knit
What?
in.
What?
Flowing knit in.
Flowing it in.
Flowing knit. Flowing. No.
Oh yeah, no, it is an N before
There's
that.
an extra
Flowing
N
it
in there.
Flowing
I'm sorry, man.
knitting.
Hello, guys. Been a fan since I saw Danny on Up at Noon. Love you.
Love you.
Just wondering, what is Fred's biggest inspiration?
Inspiration. That's tough. I mean, I have a lot of very important people in my life. Not really even a part of my family, but I guess I consider them my family. Like my friends over at AV Youth, I wear all their gear all the time. Nick, Shauna, Sean, Big Steve, all these guys.
Steve!
Big
Steve!
Oil Can Steve, whatever you want to call him. He's he's a ridiculous person. But like they actually I talked to him on on New Year's Eve, and they like forced me. They're like, "Why are you waiting? Go!" And I was like, "You're not wrong. I should just do it," and I did it. I have them to thank for that. Sean is another person. My girlfriend Kelsey as well. Like they, I guess, are my inspiration more than anything because they want to see me succeed.
That's
and
cool.
it's like, for me, I've never really like thought about it in that fashion. So it was, it's very helpful to have that presence pushing you forward.
Shout out AV Youth. Where can people find that brand?
You can go to theavyouth.com, or you can find them on Twitter at theavyouth, or you can look at their individual profiles, but I'm not going to name them all.
Yeah. Thank you, AV Youth, for everybody a part of that team who pushed Fred to make this jump. He's been a valuable asset to our team, and we appreciate him being here very much.
Yeah,
Last question before we wrap up. We've been going long. What is your favorite Ismahawk video? Comes Kylo Reese 74.
Joker versus Joker right now. I mean, it's as soon as it has come out, like watching it as being a part of the team and watching it grow now has been unbelievable. And this is, I guess, me being the first one I'm a part of in a way, but not really. I mean, all the videos are awesome as I've watched them all before as a fan, but I think Joker v. Joker actually being a part of it and seeing how it's grown is something I could really be proud of.
Cool.
Awesome. What was your favorite video before that?
Man, that's tough. I mean, Nightwing the series is awesome. Let's just be honest with it, you know. But Flash vs. Quicksilver was another one.
Yep. That's the general consensus.
It usually is, but don't worry. Green Arrow versus Hawkeye was dope.
That's all right, man. There is no Flash versus Quicksilver without Green Arrow versus Hawkeye.
For sure.
That's true.
True.
But also, like, we needed Green Arrow versus Hawkeye to make Flash versus Quicksilver.
Yeah, so
Effects I
it's
did.
totally fine. I
Yeah.
I was the assistant director on Flash vs. Quicksilver, so when you say that, it's
It's
It's a
still
big deal
you,
to me, absolutely.
You
but
kept shit down.
it's
Yeah.
You did,
I
dude.
really
YOLO'd.
did love Green Arrow versus Hawkeye.
Let's
as well.
be real here. Tony as Green Arrow is one of the best performances, I think, in our videos so far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
And I think you guys are going to be very excited to see Tony perform once again very soon. We haven't seen Tony in a video since Green Arrow versus Hawkeye, so I think it's about time we bring him back. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and close out. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Please support us over on Patreon and follow us and like us on Facebook. You can follow us over on Twitter. I'm at Danny Lechef. Jeremy's at Jeremy 3Ys. Noel's at Noel Lechef. Tony's at Walk on Tony, and Fred is at Fred Sully.
Fred
And-
_ Sully, because I can't get
Fred _ Sully. And
double boo.
Fred also
What?
Fred also manages at Ismahawk. So
That I do.
excuse me. Anytime you retweet or like anything on the at Ismahawk Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, you're supporting Fred and helping him do his job really well.
I appreciate that.
So on that note, we love you guys.
You're ugly.
Time to go to sleep. It's time for the rest of us to go to sleep, and it's time for Jeremy to edit Hot Talk for a few hours.
brat money slap.
Guys, we love you. Jeremy, no! Jeremy, don't hang up! Don't turn off the camera! Jeremy!